Hi there, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be starting a new Let's Play series. We're going to be playing Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. This is going to be more or less completely blind. I've never played this game. I've maybe played the first 30 minutes of this game when I was 10 years old, so we're not going to count that. But I have played Might and Magic 7 kind of to death. I've at least played the first few hours of Might and Magic 7 to death. So this is anything that is in that game that's also in this game I will have seen before, but everything else will be more or less completely new. So I wanted to kind of start off this series with a few kind of quick caveats, because compared to the other stuff I've done, this is going to be a lot slower and it's going to take a lot longer. I think most of the games I've done have been 20 hours or less. This is going to be I think maybe even like a 60-hour game, so it's a much longer game. And things are a little bit slower. Especially I think the combat can be a little slow and a little repetitive, so we'll kind of figure out as we go what the editing style of this will be. Right now I'm thinking about editing a lot of the combat stuff out, unless, you know, obviously something interesting happens. But from playing 7, I kind of know that a lot of times I just sit there and I hold down the attack key A, and I just kind of let it all play out and nothing really exciting happens. So that being said, I will probably also do slightly longer videos for this, so maybe like an hour, just so we can, you know, get through it this year. Probably also why I've been kind of procrastinating starting the series. I think this is the 3rd time that I've recorded this intro. But I haven't started the game yet. I've just kind of done the character creation, and I hate the characters I created last time, so I'm gonna go do that again. Is there anything else I needed to mention before we get started? Oh, yes. When I started this up, it loaded, there's an intro video that plays before you get to the screen that I completely forgot about until this time. So I sat and watched that, so I'm gonna kind of just play that now so we can watch that together.
They came from the depths of the void, an ancient enemy of an ancient people. No one knows why they hate us so, or why they have made war upon us. Some say the struggle against their evil is the mandate of heaven. Though their origins and purpose are shrouded in mystery, their plan is simple. They travel, they land, and then they conquer. Now, they are here on our world to do to us what they have done to so many others. And they will do it, unless someone stops them.
A little bit dated. Got some of that classic female armor going on too.
Look, I see a way out.
Yep. Gratuitous shots here.
Come with me. You have much to learn before you can deal with the likes of those monsters. Since the arrival of the devils, foul creatures and evil spirits have appeared throughout the land. These signs and omens can have but one meaning, that your destiny is part of the mandate of heaven.
I guess we'll find out what that means. Alright. Yeah, those intro videos do a good job of kind of setting things up and be like, yeah, you're training for something. We're gonna send you out there to kill some things. Go for it. Have fun. Alright, so with that out of the way, I'm going to hit new game. We're going to create a party again. I know that there's another little bit of text here that we will again watch together, and then we'll get into the character creation.
Having cheated death during the night of shooting stars, you find yourself as far from your village of Sweetwater as old Falagar's magic could take you. 3 years have passed while Falagar imparted what knowledge he could to train you in your chosen professions. But the time came at last when he could teach you no more, and you have ventured into the world to seek your fame and fortune. Now, a world away from your lost home, you have stumbled across evidence of a terrible conspiracy involving a new religious cult. 5 letters from King Roland to his wife Catherine, and a letter from the King of the Devils to a wicked traitor named Sulman have turned up in an abandoned goblin camp. Your fate seems inextricably bound to these letters and that awful night, and your role in the events to come may be larger than anyone could imagine. The tools you have are but a small sum of gold, your wits, and a lot of potential. The roads ahead are infinite, and all the choices are yours to make. So choose wisely. Good luck.
Alright, I'm hoping that small sum of gold is something that's going to be easy enough to work with. Also, the choose wisely is weirdly nostalgic. I don't know if they have that voice line in 7 as well. I will try my darndest to not compare everything to 7 constantly, but we'll see how that goes. So yeah, also the screen is like broken. Like this is spinning really fast, and that's going really fast, and that's going really fast. And then also basically the 4 starter characters here, I recognize these characters. Wait. Yeah, I recognize these characters, and I think this is the classes that I wanted to choose. When I first did this, I was thinking about choosing Druid instead of Archer, but then I read the description for Druid and it's like a hybrid of the Sorcerer and the Cleric, and I'm like, I have a Sorcerer and a Cleric. I don't want like another like wimpy magic user. I want like a fighter. I like fighters. I know this game is like tailored more towards magic classes being more like useful, but I don't know. I'm simple. I like fighters, but I will try to use magic more than I usually do, because otherwise this is going to get very boring. So I'm going to sit here for a little bit and choose some skills, assign some points, and then I will meet you back. Oh, and pick some people. I'll meet you back here when I figure out my party.
Pick me. Ready?
Choose me. Hey, choose me.
Okay. I think we have a party. I think we have a party. One thing that really I didn't mention before that struck me as weird with the Might and Magic 6 character creation is that it's all humans. Maybe that's just me being used to 7, but in 7 you can have like goblins and dwarves and elves, but this one it's all humans. So that made that easier, and it's only 6 classes. So again, easy. Normally I do Knight, Archer, Cleric, Sorcerer, so I'm mixing it up a little by doing Paladin. I don't know what use spirit magic is, but I will find out. So we have Zora, Helmut, Dante, and Andromeda. Helmut I got from when you're switching between the character portraits, it automatically gives you names, and I saw that name and I'm like, I'm gonna use Helmut. Dante was one of the names it gave me on one of my old MM7 parties, and I kind of liked that, and so I like having Dante the Cleric. So these are my 2 dudes, and then I have the even gender split. Zora's my Paladin. I was like, is Zora familiar? Is that already a thing? It is already a thing. It's a race in Legend of Zelda, but it's also going to be the name of my Paladin. And then Andromeda, or Andy for short, if you wanted to go there. So those are the characters that we are going to go for here. I think I only did the 2 women are the only 2 that are from the original default party. So let's go into some stats and skills. I know this is like really boring, which is why I'm splitting this into 2 videos so people don't have to like pretend to sit through this. If you like character creation, we're here, but if not, next video is right there for you. So Paladin, I bumped up her might. They have a really weird way to do spell points where it's like intellect is for sorcerers, archers, and druids, and personality is spell points for clerics and paladins. So you really only need one of the two. So for my cleric and my paladin, I dumped the intellect to 0. Let me double check I did that right. Clerics and paladins are person. Okay, so I dumped the intellect as slow as it would go, and then put most of their points into personality for spell points. He will also eventually be my merchant. I'm assuming I can assign the skill to him later. It's not here, and I've been told that it exists, so if I do a merchant, he has the personality, he's going to be my merchant. And so then I did the opposite for the archer and the sorcerer. Sorcerer, her main stat is her spell points, her intellect, but everything else is also I bumped up decently well. I tried not to leave really anything under 10 unless it was something I literally do not need, like the intellect and personality if it doesn't go into their spell points. Endurance, everyone has a little bit of an endurance bump, but the paladin more so. Accuracy, my archer is the most accurate, everyone else is pretty average. Speed, everyone's a little higher. I put these two a little higher because I want my healer to be able to heal me like pretty often. And then him, I gave him axe, which is a slower weapon, so I was like, maybe speed counteracts that? I don't know, actually. Yeah, and her, she had a high speed to start, so I just took that one down. And luck is pretty basic. I have him as disarm trap, so I upped his luck a little bit. I think it was at like 7, so I had to give him a decent amount of luck. But otherwise, it should be fine. I could probably go lower or higher with some of these, but like I'm not going for like a super ideal party. I think I've googled like what the ideal party for this game is, and is I think 1 knight and 3 sorcerers. And that is not how we are playing. We are playing for fun, not for optimization. Alright, moving on to skills. This one threw me a little bit because I think ideally I want, I looked at what, when you kind of click on this, it tells you what armor they're able to use. So armor was very confusing. I think I kind of want leather, chain, plate. But for starter skills, these 3 can have leather and this one can have chain. So it's like, do I want to start them off with something and then like upgrade it? And do I want to put skill points in that? I don't know. So I'm giving these 2 leather, this one chain. This one I think I'm just going to try to find a chain trainer early. I don't know. I don't know my plan, honestly. We'll see how that goes. And then for weapons, I did one of each because I thought that would be nice. I love that the sorcerers do dagger instead of staff in this game because staff was stupid in 7. So yeah, I have one of each: sword, axe, mace, dagger. He can have like a bunch of different things. He could do like sword, dagger, or axe. And I was like, you know what? I'll mix it up. So then I can kind of see all the different weapons and kind of use those. You know, one might be better than the other, but not what we're here for. Again, I gave him perception. Whoop. I gave him perception. Diplomacy is a new one to me. I'm not familiar with diplomacy. Let me know if that one's important, because I wonder if there's a reason they removed that. Because that one, begging, bribing, or threatening. I wonder how often that comes up. So I'm curious about that. Probably would also be maybe my cleric. You have spirit magic. You have air magic, but I'm probably not going to use his air magic, which is kind of a bummer. So I gave her air magic to start with. He's my disarm trap guy, as I've said before. Yeah, him, he's perception, he's disarm trap. You're my identify. You're probably eventually going to be my... I keep assigning skills to the cleric. Oh, this is so confusing. I thought I was going to say he's going to be my identify and repair, and merchant, and diplomacy. Dante, you carry many traits. We'll see how this goes. I'll eventually give her meditation to up her spell points, but for now, just a basic armor. Give her air magic so she can do wizard's eye maybe right off the bat. And that should be pretty decent. Maybe I should give her identify and him repair instead of leather. Actually, no, I am going to do that. So she's going to be my identify item person, and you're going to have repair item off the bat instead. You could have shield too, that could be fun. So long story short, I don't know what I'm doing. And I think that this is a decent party. Oh yeah, the other thing I wanted to mention was it seems like every single skill can go up to master on every single class, so that makes this both more difficult and a lot easier. It's easier because like when it's like some can go to master, some can go to grandmaster, and it's like, do I do this person or that person? Because like they can do it better, but like will I actually get to that point? So this took a lot of that worry and guilt out of it. So I think we're good. I'm gonna leave it here for this video. This is our party. After this, I'm just gonna click that nice big OK button, and we'll start the next video, and yeah, I'll see you there. I'll post them at the same time because there's no reason in waiting 2 days between a character creation and the game starting. So I'll post them at the same time. So if you're watching this as it comes out, then just wait like an hour or two and the next video will be there. So I'll see you at the start of the game, and thanks for watching.